Yes! Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your Tribal God on Screen, Peter Joseph here for video number 2 on your beautiful Sunday afternoon. The sun is out after a rainy start to your Sunday here in New York City, but it is sunny outside, cold, but at least it's sunny. But it is your Sunday afternoon, video number 2, April the 19th, 2026, Night 2 of Mania. Thank you all for watching this particular video on the Peter Joseph YouTube Wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down there, you know what it is by now, in the description box, the gobbledygook, my pants, whatever you want to call it, it's down there, you know where. So, subscribe to this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love support. Leave a comment on the video if you like. But if these stupid comments, you get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely like the New York Mets. Oh, don't even get me started with that. You get beaten like the Mets. Even worse than that. And then Ozzy and Satan will just come out and laugh at you and then eat your soul. Which pretty much the Mets have been doing. Their souls are gone. That's another story for another time. But don't leave stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely, and then Ozzy and Satan, like I said, will eat your soul, so don't do it. Go somewhere else and do that shit. That's that. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Just because if you miss anything, well, you're pretty much like the Mets. SOL, you know what that means. And if you don't know what it means, well, look it up, asshole. And that's that. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab the rest of whatever you got, or get a new one. I'm going to get a new one soon. Because Wrestlemania is coming up soon. But anyway, sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, get out of here. Go fuck yourself. Bye-bye. And that's it. That's it. That's pretty much it. But for all newbies out there, welcome. I hope you enjoy the ride. We have some great stuff. You know, we have some food and drinks on the left. On the left side, I'm on my left. If you're looking this way, on this side we got, well, you got nothing there, but we got food and drinks galore. And that's pretty much it. We move on. So enjoy your stay wherever long you want. You want to stay till the end? Great. You won't, then get out of here. Go sub to somebody else. Go watch somebody else. I don't give a shit. But you watched anyway, so thank you for the free view, assholes. Could have done it without you. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Wrestlemania Sunday. We're about 45 minutes away from Night 2 beginning. Once again, Joe Jonas was singing the national anthem. Probably won't start till about 6:10, 6:15, because, Cena's going to come out again and welcome us to WrestleMania Night 2! And then we're going to open up with a banger! Oba, Hu, Femi, and Brock Lesnar! That's going to be epic to start the show. I think Night 2 is going to be amazing. Way better than that WrestleMania 11 like Night 1, which we'll get to in a minute. But we got Oba and Brock, we got Punk and Roman. Hopefully Roman wins and saves the entire sport of professional wrestling. If he loses, possibly he leaves. I don't know, but I did read something interesting, and somebody told me on East's Discord, somebody told me that Walter and Roman might have a showdown coming up, and I'm like, uh-oh, wait a minute, hold on, Walter and Roman? You know what that might mean. I hope not. I don't want Walter to retire Roman. No. Not even Punk. I don't want Punk. I don't want Walter. I want nobody to retire Roman. Roman should just retire on his own. Would it be tonight? Would it be next year? 5 years? 10 years? I don't care. He's not doing it tonight. I hope. We hope he does. It's not tonight, and it's not anytime soon or against Walter. Not to say anything bad about Walter, but I know he's the career killer. He's the Legend Killer 2.0. He's gonna destroy Brock at SummerSlam. If that match with Roman happens, it better be, like, next year. Not happening now, because Roman has, I think he has some big matches coming up with possibly Oba, Maybe with Braun Breaker. Who knows? I think he's got a few more good matches down the line. And that Walter match, hey, maybe we see it at WrestleMania 43, maybe 44. I don't know. I don't want it to happen anytime soon. Because I think Roman's got a lot of gas left in that tank. Whether he wins the title tonight, holds it for another 5 years, would be great, but we'll see. I mean, there was rumors that he's going to win the title, hold it for a short time, then lose it to maybe Braun Breaker, maybe Oba. God forbid it's Walter, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But tonight, we're going to be on sitting on our proverbial asses, fingers on our ass, or hands on our asses, otherwise known as Squeaky Bum Time, with Roman and Punk. The finish to that better be better than last night with Cody and Punk. Cody and Orton. But tonight's going to be pretty damn good. I think it's going to be epic tonight. So, we'll see what happens with that tonight. But I hope you're having a great Saturday. Like I said, in the Northeast, it was raining late Saturday night into most of today. Sun is now, it's out. It's kind of going in and out now. It is clearing up. Some sun is peeking through the clouds. And temperature's going way down. It's supposed to go down like 41 tonight. Gonna be cold tonight. Cold tomorrow. And Tuesday's gonna be near 60, which is nice, sunny. Wednesday's gonna be near 70. Thursday's gonna be around 70. Then a little drop by the weekend. We're gonna get more rain next weekend. But you know, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens with that, and a whole lot more this coming week, as is the final official week of April. Because next week's a short week because it only goes up to Thursday. We have May 1st starts on Friday, so that's the unofficial first weekend of May. But we have that, and then May will officially start on May 4th. That's the first official week of May. So, and then pretty much 3 weeks after that, the unofficial start of summer. So we're about a month away from the unofficial start of summer, and then a couple weeks after that, the official start of summer, late June. So 2 months away from the official start of summer, ladies and gentlemen. Well, can't wait for that. But that's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I mentioned the Mets. Holy shit, what has happened to the Mets? They have no life at all. Can't barely get one stinking run. They got 2 yesterday. Woo, 2! 1 today. It was a good match. I mean, Peralta pitched pretty good. And then, Conforto! Whoa! Tied the game. And then, Kimbrel comes in and fucks it up. Send him out. Get him out. He's not as great as he used to be. Get him out. Mets have lost 11 in a row. You blame the team. Team is lifeless. Frankie Lindor is smiling after every loss. I'm like, what? What? What is wrong with you? Do you care? Soto is hurt. Maybe coming back this coming weekend. Who knows with that? Polanco's on the IL. He's going to be out a month with his wrist and Achilles injury. Pitching sucks. Besides gems from McLean and Peralta, that's it. Tobias Myers is no, he pitched today. I think Tobias Myers pitched today. I think, yeah, I was right. Myers pitched today. He pitched great. Give him that. Give him another start. Fuck Senga. Senga should be shipped out. Back to Japan he goes. Peterson just stinks up the joint as it is. So, I don't know if he's pitching on Tuesday against the Twinkies, or it's going to go to McLean. I think McLean's starting on Tuesday. Hopefully, they break the curse on Tuesday against the Twins, who are pretty good too. But, 9-game homestand for the Twins, the Rockies, who stink, even though they beat the Dodgers the other night. So, hey, the Dodgers are not invincible. So, we have that. So I got the Rockies this coming weekend, then the Nationals to finish the homestand. Then the Mets go, I think, back on the road, the West Coast, I think. And I got the Yankee series coming up. They're going to get probably destroyed there. Who knows? But not looking good for the Mets. And we have to blame that fucking mayor fucking douchebag Mondani had to go to Citi Field, hug Mr. and Mrs. Met. That's what started his fucking streak. And that stupid Pink Pony song, Lindor is dancing to it in the clubhouse. I'm like, what? What happened to L.A. Woman? Remember when 99, 2000, where it was like, Mojo Rising, rising. You know, cheap Mojo Rising was going berserk with the Mets, and the Mets were just obliterating people. None of that anymore. I mean, 2024, oh my God, you know, that and Grimace was there. Everybody, like, it was like a circus. It was good because the Mets just came out of nowhere, just had a monster 70 wins after the All-Star break. Got into the playoffs. You know, Alonso had to say a prayer, hit that 3-1 homer against Milwaukee, which means a good land, to get him into the NLDS, beat Philly in 4 at home, and came pretty much a game from going to face the Yankees in the Subway Series 2 years ago. What are you gonna do? You know, people saying it's early. It's April 19th. And they've lost 11 in a row. The longest losing streak was way back when they first started, 1962, 17 games losing streak. I don't know if they set the record for most losses in a month. I think they pretty much hit it or they're about to hit it. But man, it is not looking good. They can't hit a lick. Pitching besides McLean and Myers, right now. It is Peralta, yeah, he pitched a pretty decent game on Saturday, but still, they lost because the bullpen is shit. It's shit. Weaver giving up runs. Kimbrel gave up the game today. They got rid of that Dick Lovelady, sent him to Washington. Farewell to you. Nobody in the bullpen can get anybody out. Not even Devin Williams, our closer extraordinaire. We have a horrible bullpen. It feels like the Phillies. I'm saying it right now. The Phillies bullpen is better than the Mets bullpen right now. It's sad. It is sad. Braves are running away with that division right now. Mets are, as far as I know, I think there were 7 games out. Braves win today and they sweep the Phillies. The Mets are 8 games out on April the 19th. That is sad. This feels like 2024 all over again. It just does to me. Whether they come back after the All-Star break and go on a humongous run and dumb fuck Stearns trades people away, we get some pieces, and then we go on a run. I think the season could be possibly over by mid-May. Before the end of May, I think the season for the Mets might be over. There is probably no chance in hell if the Mets are like 15 games out. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Get ready for football season. I'll be in my Niners gear by June. At this point, I'm like, fuck the Mets at this point. That's all I gotta say about that. But man, the Mets are just garbage right now. Garbage. I'll stick with them, but right now, I'm only concerned with wrestling and waiting for the NFL draft on Thursday night. See what the Niners get. Hopefully some offensive linemen, but we'll see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, after that, it's hard being a Met fan, ladies and gentlemen. It's very hard being a New York fan. And the Knicks won Game 1 against the Hawks. Big fucking whoop. Game 2, I think, is tonight or tomorrow. I don't care. Don't care about the Knicks. I hope they choke in the finals. Because pretty much, Mr. Danhausen cursed Stephen A. Smith, who's a Knicks fan. So, whether that resonates with the team, we'll see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, after 14 and a half minutes of spiel, which you love and you clipped, I don't give a fuck. Because that's all you can do is clip my shit, make fun, think you're great when you're not. On your boring live streams, nobody cares. And your posts and your videos, nobody cares. Because you're nobodies, I'm somebody, and I'm way better than you, and you know it. You ask your mom and your girlfriend that. But I digress. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. On video number 2, check out my Ring of Honor special Friday edition. They had Ring of Honor was on Friday night. So check out the video on my Killer Demons channel. Link is down below in the gobbledygook. And that's that. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, everything I'm going to tell you right now is going to happen right now. What happened to then? Psh, you missed it, fucker! But when would it be now? Soon. Patience, young one. Patience. It would be now soon. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time, right here on the Peter Joseph channel, for your official Wrestlemania 42 Night 1 review. For last night, April the 18th, 2026, we are emanating from Allegiant Stadium in Paradise / Las Vegas, Nevada. The home of the Raiders. They came in black and silver. You know. Welcome to the NFL. We got that. Alright, so our commentary team of the legend that he is, Michael Cole and Bad News Reed Bennett. And Michael Cole, I got some bad news for you. Yeah, this show stunk last night. That's the bad news. Is there any good news? Yeah, we got a better show tonight. Hopefully. Alright, last night, let me just say this. Too many ads. I mean, am I watching Monday Night Raw on Netflix and I got the ads on? I mean, seriously, this felt like a really bad 4-hour episode of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. It was just bad. Yeah, we got a couple surprises. Paige comes back. Whoop-de-doo, we knew that since Friday. Bianca Belair comes out, announces she's pregnant. Sucks to be you, Montez Ford. Forgot to pull out a 2. But happy for them. And then that horrible main event with Cody and Randy. Could have been Randy Orton getting number 15. We're happy. Cody goes bye-bye. SmackDown's going to be way better with Randy as champ. No! So now, I'm worried about tonight with Roman and Punk. If Roman loses, and he goes away, which I don't think he will, I think he's just saying that so people are like, oh! They get people talking like, oh, Roman's gonna lose! And then all the Punk marks like, oh, Punk's gonna win! Roman, bye-bye! 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 Go home, part-timer! Fuck you. Roman there's like a smidge chance that Roman loses straight up. Or there's some chicanery. I hope not. I really don't want that. I mean, got that last night with Pat McAfee and Joey Roll. You knew that was going to happen. So, tonight, can we get the Usos coming out to help Roman like they done for the last, for Roman's first run? I hope that we don't get the Usos. I hope we don't get the Vision or anybody. Unless they're beating the fuck out of Punk, I'll be happy with that. But, like I said, Roman doesn't need anybody to beat Punk. He didn't need Ambrose. He didn't need Seth Rollins back in the Shield back in 2014. He didn't need him then. He don't need him now. He doesn't need the Bloodline. He doesn't need anybody else that hates Punk's guts. He don't need anybody. Okay? Let Roman win the belt by himself. I hope that's the ending we all want to see, is Roman with the belt, holds it for 50 years, and it's done. It's done. Wrestling is saved. But if Punk wins, wrestling, WWE-wise, wrestling goes down the toilet. And we're just going to watch AEW and watch their ratings go sky high. Because WWE's are going to go in the toilet with Punk and Cody as champ. And it's pretty evident if you watch SmackDown for the last month or so, the ratings have gone down the tubes. Even on Raw. They're still in the top 10. Yeah, they were number 6 this week. Big deal. But like a week ago, they were not even in the top 10. That's sad. Excuse me. That's that. But let's get to this shindig. And I'm going to roll right into WrestleMania Night 2. Alright. So we get that video we saw at the end of SmackDown, which I thought was nice, narrated by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Ese Pero. We get that. Alright, then we get to the host of WrestleMania, John Cena. comes out, a little taken aback by the reception, talks about the road to WrestleMania has been rough this year. Pretty much there was no road. There was potholes galore. And he's like, as Michael Cole says, it's been polarizing, but the important thing is that we're here now. And then he's getting all emotional. He's gonna cry. He's gonna cry like a little bitch. And he's like, welcome to WrestleMania! And the pyro goes off on that horrible-looking stage. And we get that. Alright, match number 1 on a 7-match card. Which, in this, all the matches except for Seth Rollins and Walter and the main event of Cody and Orton went under 10 minutes. This was the shortest, probably, WrestleMania of all time. Even though it went 4 hours, but most of that time was ads galore. It was disgusting. I'm like, what is this shit? I mean, ad after ad. I'm like, I'm watching it on paper. I'm watching it on Thriller. I'm like, or Triller, not Thriller, or Triller, whatever. I'm watching it on Triller, and I'm like, it just says WrestleMania will be right back after this commercial break. And I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, it's gonna last like what, 3-5 minutes max. 10 minutes go by. I'm like, we're still in a commercial break? What the fuck is going on? That too. Excuse me. But I digress. Alright, so we started with match number 1, the 6-man tag team match. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and Eli Drake. That's not an insult, that's a fact of life. Yeah. Take on the Vision of Austin Theory and Logan Paul, the Raw Tag Team Champions, and that fake YouTuber IShowSpeed. This was 7 minutes. Ugh. God-awful match this was. We're getting to the end. Austin Theory comes in, as well as Jimmy. They fight. Austin Theory gets punched right in his ugly face, followed by a spear. Logan Paul dives in for the save, and then all 6 men are in the ring. IShowSpeed snaps off a nice-looking head scissors, but he hits Logan Paul by accident. Uh-oh. And then Theory's like, what are you doing? And then Eli sends them into each other. And then Eli with the BFT on Austin Theory. 1, 2, 3 in 7 minutes. A little smidge over 7 minutes. This garbage match ends. This could have been on Raw. Didn't care. But, TKO and the WWE want to put out all the celebrities, all this other shit. Cause it's WrestleMania. Ugh. Garbage fest to open the show. 2.25 out of 5 stars. That's that. So the Usos and Eli get the win. After the match, Logan Paul starts yelling at IShowSpeed, saying you dropped the ball, and then drops him with the brass knucks. I think it was the brass knucks. And then he's about to load up the announce table, put IShowSpeed through the announce table with that big splash. But Jimmy and Eli, of all people, I thought it was Jay, but Jimmy and Eli make the save. Eli beats up Logan Paul, puts him on the announce table, and says, hey, Speed, go up top, hit a splash. And Speed turns face and hits a decent frog splash from the top of the top of the post onto Logan Paul. He hit him and boing! And then he fell right on him. So he turned face. Big deal. I don't know if that's going to go on Monday Night Raw, but yeah. So that was that. And yeah. And even Eddie Guerrero hated that splash. Right, Eddie? It was okay, but not great as mine. I didn't bounce like that when I would hit it through the announce table and I say, no, I don't bounce like that, no. You're not bouncy like Javon Evans, Oh, I like that guy, that bouncy guy, he's crazy like me, I say, well, yeah, Javon, is a crazy guy. Like a Tasmanian devil, you know what I mean? He's bouncy, not like you, but, not crazy as you, but, But I like that guy, his hair is almost like great as mine, but not as great. I have a mullet and everything. I don't want to hear about your gray hair, I mean. I barely have hair now, I got a drink that makes you grow hair and shit, but kind of not working, but so I got some hair. I got hair. I might be 50 and my hair is kind of thinning, but at least I look good. Oh, you get the Mamacitas essay. I know. She's taking a semi-nap right now. We're going to watch WrestleMania soon. She's going to be getting up soon. Going to watch WrestleMania to Eddie? Of course! Why do you think I would not wear it? Not watch it? Oh, you got salad up there, right? I don't know what we got. Well, it's just on everything. I'm gonna watch with Joni, have a nice little sangria. Well, we got some sangria, we got some tacos and burritos and stuff like that. Okay. Save me one later, right? I don't eat burritos. I mean, just save me maybe a little sangria, maybe a little later. Huh? Shh. Okay, I'll save some for you. Okay. Why don't you want to drink a beer? Shut up, Mike. We don't drink later. I'm not going to drink till later. Okay? If Roman wins, we're going to drink a lot. Me and Mike are going to have some fun. Right, Mike? We always have fun. Because you're my friend. You're my best friend. I know, Mike. We're good friends. Should be in the Hall of Fame. Next year, we're going to try to get you in the Hall of Fame, okay? Yeah, if they don't put me in the Hall of Fame soon, I'm gonna really kick Triple H's ass. I'm going to put him through a table. Because I'm awesome. I'm more awesome than The Miz. Well, hopefully Mike Mizanin will not get in before you. But knowing how WWE Hall of Fames work, they put in anybody before anybody, you know? Well, they put him in, I'm going to put him through a table. Okay, calm down, Mike. Yeah, say goodbye. Bye! Okay. Mike Awesome, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest of all time. But we move on. Alright, that's that. Match number 2, unsanctioned street fight. We have Papucho Drew McIntyre takes on Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I mean, I loved his entrance with the fire dancers. I felt like I was in Hawaii. Which is, you know, I know he's from Samoa, but still, that was pretty nice with the fire dancers. And then that was nice. And then Drew McIntyre knocked down a stone wall, walks through the hole in the wall. I thought that was pretty nice, too. So the entrances took a long time. What else are you going to do? You had to save time, so all the entrances were long as fuck. But it's Wrestlemania, so they just started going at it. Jacob took out almost everything and the toolbox. A wrench? Pretty much. And then, I liked how, during the match, Catapult sends Jacob face first into the bottom of the ring. Ow! Never get a table, but then Drew, like he does usually at WrestleMania, he did it last year. He took out his phone. I think his wife was there. His hot wife, by the way. She gave him his phone. He starts tweeting, and then he's taking a freaking video. It's on X, if you follow him on X. You can see that video of him just stomping a mud hole in Jacob. That was funny as hell. Well, then Jacob came back with a Samoan drop. Then there some chairs. Jacob hit the triple jump moonsault for a near fall. But we're getting to the end. And Drew finds a piece of metal, jabs it in Jacob's head. I thought we were going to see some blood. We didn't see any blood until the end. Not the end of the match, but end of the night. But this is crazy. So Jacob grabs the toolbox, unloads the toolbox, but Drew hits a claymore for a very near fall. And then Drew starts yelling at the referee. And then loses like slugfest to Jacob, fires off some headbutts. Puts Drew through the table, hits him with a chair just to keep him down. Even though that didn't work, because Drew comes right back in with a chair of his own. Jacob is shoved off the top through a table at ringside. Ow. Though it didn't really do anything, because Jacob got right back up, hits Drew in the head with the toolbox, and then he hits the triple jump moonsault. Dude, again, this time through a table. 1, 2, 3, Jacob Fatu, yeah, I mean, he gets the win. And that's pretty much it. Actually, the match lasted longer, so, because officially it was 14-17. I don't know if that's with the entrances or not, but, first match lasted 7 minutes and 7 seconds. So, we got that. But Jacob got the win. Actually, this was one of the good matches on the show, so I'll give this 3.25 out of 5 stars. That's that. Alright, then we run down the rest of the card. Match number 3 for the women's tag team belts. We have Charlotte and Lexi Charlexa taking on Bailey, give me a hug, and the Lassie Beach from Ireland, Lyra Valkyria, taking on the champions, the Irresistible Forces, Nia, Jax, and Lash Legend. Get shit done. in her first WrestleMania. And they were supposed to take on the Bella Sluts, Nikki and Brie. But as we know, we didn't know if Nikki was gonna make it until Friday, where we found out that Paige was coming back. She signed a multi-year deal, but they wanted to keep it a surprise, even though it wasn't a surprise. So Nikki and Brie come out. Nikki announces, "I can't wrestle, but I called an old friend of mine." Paige comes out to a massive pop, and comes out looking like she never left. You know, we haven't seen her in the ring since 2018, so about 8 years. But she came in a little rusty, but still, getting to the end. Paige Turner connects and Bayley had to make the save. Lash with the last extension hits Lyra, so we got another save. And then she's knocked to the outside. And then we get Paige and Charlotte. Big showdown. We haven't seen that in like almost 10 years. Everybody's going nuts. I'm marking out. Rose is going crazy because Paige is one of her favorite wrestlers next to Bobby Roode and Kevin Owens and company. She loves Roman too. She acknowledges Roman and me every night. But I digress. So Paige wins the slugfest, gets a near fall of a small package, and then Charlotte's sent to the outside. Nikki beats on her with a crutch because it's no DQ, fatal 4-way triple threat, no DQ. So Lexi tries for a twisty bliss, but Paige got her knees up, then picks up poor little Alexa Bliss, hits Rampage. 1, 2, 3. We have new tag team champions in just about pretty much 8.5 minutes. Brie, Bella, and Paige win the tag team titles. I guess it was gonna go to the Bellas anyway. So, but great to see Paige back. I don't know if Paige and Brie are gonna hold the titles for long. And then maybe the Bellas turn on them. And then, Nikki will get the title when her foot's better. And then they say, "Oh, we don't want you with the tag team titles anymore," but whatever, blah, blah, blah. Maybe at Clash in Italy we see Paige and Nikki go at it. Or maybe they save that for maybe by SummerSlam. I don't know. At least Paige is going to be in WWE, and hopefully she doesn't fuck up. Or Hunter fucks her up. Not that, like that, you know what I mean. Or Paige doesn't go off the rails on the crazy train. Sorry, Ozzy, Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope Paige may get the women's title. Maybe gets the Intercontinental title from Becky. That would be a good match. Or maybe she goes to SmackDown. Maybe faces Mommy Rhea Ripley. That could be good. Or she faces her and Tiffy Tiff could be good. Her and Julia. That might be good. Maybe not. Her and Asuka would be great. Her and Kyrie. Her and Io. Oh, those are great dream matches I would love to see Paige have before she kind of... I don't think she's going to be in WWE that long. I think she's only going to be in... I think she's on a 2, maybe 3-year deal. But we'll see. But in all, the match was but, 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. But congrats to Paige. Coming back, like, kind of re-debuting, per se. Her return match, she wins the title, like when she had the NXT title, beat AJ in her Raw debut, and then we knew what happened after that. The evolution of Paige. And that's that. Alright, match number 4 for the Women's Intercontinental title. We stay with the ladies. We have AJ Lee, that ass, comes out with a bunch of kids, skippy down that long as fuck ramp. Feel bad for the kids. Oh, this ramp that never ends. Anyway, she takes on the Man! Becky Lynch, who came out, and the Wonder Years, who sing her theme song, they played her out. I thought that was epic. But still, 8-minute match, and the tag team title match lasted 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. But still, under 10 minutes. This was another under 10-minute match. Jessica Carr, the referee, you knew she was gonna get involved with Becky. And start the match, they go to the outside. Becky puts AJ down, goes to take out the turnbuckle pad, and referee and Jessica Carr's like, no. It's like, are you insane? And then she just takes the thing, wraps it back up, and AJ used that to her advantage, fight back for a near fall, goes for Black Widow, gets countered, but AJ's standing sliced bread connects, Shining Wizard gets countered to a power bomb for a near fall, and then a quick Black Widow attempt is swung into the corner, manhandle slam gives Becky a near fall, and then Becky gets into it with Jessica Carr again. They shove each other. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get this 4 times in a row. AJ grabbed her own manhandle slam, but Becky kicked out at 2. And then AJ grabs the Black Widow. Becky pulls the hair to escape. Jessica Carr checks on AJ and see if she's still around, coherent. So with that, Becky gets the turnbuckle pad off and then pulls the referee over and she almost got squashed. And that led to AJ getting sent into the exposed turnbuckle. Jessica Carr didn't even see it. And then Becky with a manhandle slam. 1, 2, 3, we have a new Women's Intercontinental Champion for, I believe, the second or third time. I think it's the third time. The man, Becky Lynch, regains the belt. We'll see how long she holds the belt this time and who she might lose it to. But the reign of AJ is over. And like I said on my other video, maybe earlier in this video, AJ did a video on WWE.com exclusive where basically she says, I never got to say goodbye the first time in 2014. So she says goodbye to the fans, but says, I'll see you soon, I hope. So there is a chance that we see AJ back, maybe at SummerSlam, maybe at the Royal Rumble next year, maybe at next year's WrestleMania, I don't know. That begged the question that Naomi had a kid, Bianca is about to have a kid, can AJ be next? Maybe Punk's finally heard Roman's like, hey, Roman has kids. Made fun of Phil for like, I might be a part-timer. You can call me a part-timer all you want, but I'm a full-time dad. That matters the most. You're just a 40, almost 50-year-old douchebag. So maybe Punk and AJ are gonna finally have kids. I don't know. Hey, I'm old too. I don't have kids, but I don't care. It's my choice. I could have had kids. I almost did. Rosa was pregnant, like semi-pregnant, long time ago. Almost had a little. I would if that whole thing would have came true 10 some odd years ago, I would have had a kid by now. But it was a misdiagnosis from Rose's doctor. Fuck! But, it's, it is what it is, Window's kind of closed, so, not that I don't want kids, but, not that I'm saying I'm not ready for kids. I can take care of kids myself. I'm good with kids, I took care of my sister, I took care of my cousins back in the day. It's like taking care of a freaking cat. Or a dog, or any type of pet. You gotta take care of them, make sure they eat, clean up after them. It's a project, but still, I've done it pretty much most of my life. So I know if I had a kid with Rosa, if I had somebody else, I would take care of it and, treat it like it's like a pet. Make sure, gotta work to get all the food and the formula and all that other shit until they reach a certain age, then get them, you get them the toys and everything. I'll just say, hey, I got a PlayStation for you, take it, It's like, here's what I got PS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is gonna be coming out. Yeah, maybe by the time I have kids, maybe 7, 8, 9 will come out, who knows, but, gotta get the games, and all that shit. It is what it is, but I don't know. Maybe that's what AJ's doing right now. Besides her comic book stuff, and maybe she just, she needs a break. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with AJ. It would have been nice if she would have said goodbye on Raw tomorrow night. She says, hey, I'll see you guys soon. And then maybe Becky comes out to attack her, storyline writer off. Or just say goodbye, and then, AJ's like, oh, I'll be back, or some shit like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, match-wise, it was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright, match number 5. We go back to the men. This match was... I think this was one of the second good match of the night. Walter versus Seth freaking Rollins. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, Lash Legend and Nia, nice little rendition of Demolition. Nice. They didn't come out to Demolition's great music, but they had the masks in white. That was insane, because Demolition always came out in black. It would have been nice if they took off the mask, they had face paint. That would have been epic. But Demolition, hey, finally got them into the Hall of Fame. Axis Smash. I don't think Crush got in, but they didn't mention Crush. I don't think they did. He should be in, Bryan Adams. Not that Bryan Adams, but Bryan Adams. But I think they put him in posthumously, I think. Who knows? They did mention Mr. Fuji. That's nice. They're not the original manager, because the original manager was Classy Freddie Blassie at one point, and then it became Mr. Fuji. See? I know a thing or two about wrestling. You didn't know Classy Freddie Blassie was the original manager before Mr. Fuji. I was like, what was Classy Freddie Blassie doing with Demolition? I don't get that, but okay. We'll go with it. And then, I think Mr. Fuji came in. I don't know how he came in. I think just like, I think it wasn't a good fit for them and Classy Freddie Blassie. So they just put Mr. Fuji in with them, and they did pretty damn well with him, under his tutelage until they kind of turned on it. I think he turned on them, or they turned on him. I forget. But and then they didn't have it. They didn't come out with a manager after that. And I think their match with the Road Warriors was pretty. I thought it was okay, not great, but okay. But they had some great matches with the Rockers, Strike Force, Chico Santana and Rick Martel before they broke up. I think they had some matches with the Hart Foundation, Power and Glory at one point. And then I think they lost it to the Brainbusters on Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Those were good matches. They had a good career. They had a great career. One of the longest reigning tag team champions for the New Day killed that. And then the Usos destroyed that. It is what it is. So I wanted to mention that. Seth Rollins came out all in black. He had a mask on. He takes off the mask. He has black eyes, black eye contacts. That was creepy. I liked it. And then it was like his suit was on fire. He was smoking all the way to the ring. He takes out the contacts. But, and the match itself with Walter, I thought it was pretty damn good. Getting to the end, we got a pedigree by Seth. It failed. Tried again. They got blocked. Tries it a third time. Third time's a charm. It actually worked this time. Then a stomp gives Seth on the fall. Walter pulls him into the sleeper hold. Seth manages to get out of that. They trade big shots. And then Walter's big time clothesline puts Seth down. Walter takes too long going up top. Gets superplexed into the Falcon Arrow, the Cataclysm, or the Paradox, for a near fall. And then Rollins grabs a sleeper, sending Walter to the ropes, then to the floor. Then a suicide dive gets blocked. Walter then powerbombs him on the apron. Then the announcer's table, which I don't even think broke. I am the table. Broke like twice during the night. Anyway, and then in the main event, Seth shakes that off, counts a powerbomb into a pedigree on the table, still didn't break. And then the stomp drives Walter into the table, still didn't break. That table was Japanese. I don't know what it was. They must have infused it after. Anyway. And then out of nowhere, Braun Breaker! That ramp was made for him. He sped down that ramp like he had to take a mean old shit. And he super speed Rollins to fucking hell. Throws him back in. Referee didn't even see it. And then Walter puts Seth to sleep. Good night. Under 16 minutes. So Braun is back. He was making it clear weeks, about a month ago. So you knew he was going to come back at Mania. So now they're going to set up Braun versus Seth, probably at Backlash. I think Seth's going to probably beat Braun there, or Braun's going to wipe him out. Because Seth's still kind of, he's cleared, but he still has that lingering injury. So it is what it is, and then that's it. So Seth's back. Braun's back in the Vision because he goes up the ramp, hugs freaking Paul Heyman. And Walter, I guess, still has that favor he's due, and that's going to be Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So we got that. That's because you're going to retire. Gunther's going to retire Brock. Then if they want to do that match with Roman, I would have Roman smash fucking Walter. Fuck that retirement bullshit. But we'll see. Alright, so that's that. Match-wise, great. 3.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, Braun glares at Seth, runs all the way down the ramp again, spears him to hell again, and like I said, he goes back up the ramp and hugs Paul Heyman. That's it. Alright, then we got the Hall of Fame class. We got the wife or a family member of Andre the Giant. We have Nick Hogan there, because that was the iconic moment for WrestleMania 3. AJ Bad Hair Styles, of course. I think it's the same suit. Demolition, Axel Smash. Godzilla, Dennis Rodman, Tsutsumi for the love of God. Psycho Sid, he was there. His family was there. I'm surprised about that because they didn't like him, the presentation of him going into the Hall of Fame, and I kind of didn't want him in the Hall of Fame to begin with, but now he's there. Go figure that one out. Bad News Brown, he's in. There was a family member. I thought it was him for a second. I'm like, damn, he's slimmed down. And somebody told me, he's like, no, it wasn't him. I was like, oh, I thought it was him. But it was, I think, his son or one of his family members. They're there, and then, hi, Steph! Stephanie McMahon. Looking great. That's it. So we got that. Alright, and, Alright, then, that leads us to the main event, ladies and gentlemen, for the unified title. We had, Randy Orton, who came up with Pat McAfee, takes on Cody! MDK like Cody, you bitch! Nice little entrance by Cody, kind of like a look back at his gimmicks, you know, dashing Cody Rhodes into Stardust, and then Skeletor or the American Nightmare Cody. So Cody comes up from the elevator, nice little Skeletor mask, all like silver and sparkly, metal-like. It was like, you know, I was actually pretty interested. I was like, oh, okay, Cody, okay. He gives a kiss to Liberty, his daughter, and then Brandy. But match happens. You knew that Pat McAfee was going to get involved. He gets involved, but then Jelly Roll comes out, beats up Pat, and Cody puts Pat on the announce table for Jelly Roll to jump off with a mini Macho Man elbow from the I think it was the Spanish announce table. Puts Pat to the American table, and then medics had to come out and pretty much put Pat on a stretcher. That took time out of the match because the match never started. And then Randy gets in, they start beating each other up for a while. And then Randy got busted wide open, so we got blood. That was nice. And then we get a ref bump. Charles Robinson gets bumped. And then Randy would hit the crossroads. Cody with the RKO. So kind of back and forth finishing moves, but no ref. And then Pat McAfee comes back out in a referee shirt with a neck brace on. Randy hits, I think he hit Crossroads. And he goes for the cover. Pat goes 1, 2, and Cody kicked out. I figured that. And then next thing you know, freaking Randy, Pat's like, oh, I don't know what happened. And then Randy's like, fuck you, Pat. Gilly called it a Pat. So, why do we have Pat there anyway? So fans go, yes, Randy! And then next thing you know, Cody's busted wide open in his head. It was like a bloody as fuck. But that distraction, like Cody hit crossroads. And 1, 2, 3, fucking Cody retains the belt when it could have gave it to Randy. They didn't need Pat there. Pat should have just never came back out. They should have just went with Randy to win the title. So, Cody retains the unified title. Probably get a rematch at Backlash. Because after the match, Cody's celebrating. He's drenched in blood. He's holding up the title. Orton just, stood up. Takes the title from him. I thought he was going to, give him the belt. Nope. Boom. Belt shot. Knocks Cody down. And then Randy backs up. Goes all 2009 Orton again. And Michael Cole's like, don't do it, Randy! Don't do it! And Randy's like, fuck you, Michael Cole. Punts him all the way to fucking Reno. And it was good. Hey, Randy, if you don't want to be a wrestler anymore, the Raiders could use you as a punter. I digress. So Randy punts Cody into hell, and fucking Cody's eye was swollen shut. Did you see? Everybody see that? That was nasty. It was nasty. His eye was swollen shut like he just fought Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. Holy crap. And then Randy pretty much holds up the belt, and that ends Mania. But Randy has a legit injury because during the match, he is holding his back really bad. I think his back or his leg. I mean, he was in pain for most of the match. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. If they're going to get a rematch, maybe that rumored. I think we're going to get that rumored tag team match with Randy and Pat somehow mend fences. And it's like, all right, we're going to face Joey Rowe and Cody at Backlash. I don't want to see it. I'd rather get a rematch. Maybe Randy wins the title at Backlash, or maybe Clash at Italy. Should have happened at Mania, but still. Match itself, garbage. I didn't like the finish at all. I didn't really like Joey Rowe and Pat in this whole feud to begin with. And the match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars, but that's pretty much it. Alright guys, Mania has just started, night 2. We're going to get to Oba and Brock, so I'm going to put this up, and I'll edit it later. But that's it. So night 2 is about to begin. Should be good. I mean, Oba and Brock just to start the show. Take my money. Take my money. Take our money. But I digress. So night 2 is going to be great. Hopefully Roman saves us tonight at the end of the show. We'll see by about 10 o'clock-ish. But we have that. So Joe Jonas is going to sing us the national anthem. And then Cena will probably come out. Welcome us to night 2. Maybe we see Mr. Danhausen somewhere along the line. He was supposed to have some segments. He didn't have any last night. I didn't see any. I think he's going to have some tonight with Cena. Maybe during the show he curses somebody. Hopefully not Roman. Hopefully he does it to Punk, I hope. But we'll see what happens with that. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for night 2. Should be great. But night 1, fucking garbage. Horrible night 1. 5.5 out of 10. I should have gave this lower, but I was being considerate. 5.5 out of 10 stars for WrestleMania Night 1. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And like Trick Willie would say, and hopefully he wins the U.S. title tonight from Sami Zayn. Like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright, let's watch Mania, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys later tonight. Maybe for my Night 2 review. And I went 5-2 in predictions last night. Hopefully I do a little bit better tonight. We'll see what happens with that. But thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, peace.